Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my very late review of Wandavision. By now, everyone has reviewed this movie and has moved on to talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I wanted to do a review of this show a lot sooner. However, I wanted to wait until I felt like I could have my thoughts together and just try and voice my opinion on this show as concisely as possible. I have a feeling that this is probably going to get very low views because this show ended a few weeks ago, which in internet time is like 10 years, but it's my channel and I wanted to make sure I had my thoughts clear on this subject. And I think that now I absolutely do have a good opinion about Wandavision. I don't really need to explain what this show is about. To make a long story short, it's about Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, who has, I want to say, imprisoned herself and the soul of Vision in this fictional world where they live out their days through the guise of old school TV shows, all the way up from the Dick Van Dyke era of the 50s, all the way up to the Malcolm in the Middle era of the 2000s, and everywhere in between. What they don't know is that they're secretly being controlled by a witch named Agatha. This will not be a beat-for-beat recap of the show. Better people have done that. What I want this video to do is try and explain why I think that this show is overrated. Now, before you all roast me in the comments, please hear me out. I am not saying that this is a bad show. Far from it. I think that up to a certain point, I was really digging it. But the response online versus my feelings have just been so polar opposite, it's just crazy. There are some people, and I'm not gonna name any names or out anyone, that have made this in their top 5 of MCU concerning movies, TV, ditto, etc., etc. And I just don't understand why. Again, I'm not trying to gatekeep, I'm not trying to throw out gotcha statements. What I'm trying to do is just say that up to a certain point, I was really into this show. And then something is revealed, and the house of cards just came crumbling down. That certain point I'm talking about is the Agatha reveal. Now, I don't want to rag on Kathryn Hahn too much. She was actually a pretty good choice for this character, and one of my favorite parts of the show. However, her reveal as the secret villain behind all of this, it just, I don't know, it just didn't make that much sense to me. First of all, I did some research into this and find out that this character is not from Salem, Massachusetts. She is from New Salem, Colorado. Which, yes, there absolutely is a difference. It's like if you're a pro wrestler and you're billing yourself from Hollywood, California, but you're originally from Hollywood, Florida. Like, there's a difference. And according to the comics, it was this Agatha character who taught everything that Scarlet Witch knows. Even though, in the MCU, leading up to this point, Scarlet Witch got her powers due to Hydra experimentation. So, which is it? Is it this Agatha woman teaching her everything she knows, or is it the Hydra experimentation? For a series that is so committed to its continuity, that part of it was just kind of confusing to me. I felt like I missed a meeting. If you think I'm wrong about this, please respectfully leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you all have to say about this, because I just don't get it. The second hang-up that I have about the show is pretty much everything involving the Quicksilver reveal. I was just as shocked as anyone when Evan Peters showed up. It'd be like, that's X-Men Quicksilver. That reveal could have worked. But instead, they just made him some guy with the last name of Boner. No, I am not kidding. That is a thing that happens in this show. Because I guess Adam Sandler got onto the writing team one day. I don't know. To the show's credit, they did try and play it off as a, hey, Agatha is messing with Wanda. And to a certain degree, I can understand what they were trying to go for. But it just almost felt like there was no payoff. Like, why even bother bringing Quicksilver into this? Like, have him reveal as, like, a separate character, but in, like, a disguise or something. Like, why bring Evan Peters in if you're just gonna have him be some rando? It just felt like a waste. The third hang-up about the show is the villain, the sword agent. Now, I want to say that the sword stuff was actually not bad. I liked Rambeau in the show. I want to see more of her. Jimmy Woo was really good in there as well. But this head agent is just so painfully generic. And the show, again, to its credit, tries to give him something to do and try and be like, where were all of you when the lights turned off? And they try and give him this monologue about how he and Sword were trying to keep things all together. And I just didn't care. I was just like, E is for the energy she gives. It's like, come on, just talk about something else now. Kat Dennings is in there too, because of course she is. But to be fair, she actually gets some funny lines, so even a blind squirrel can eventually find a nut. But this sword agent is just so painfully generic, like I said. And the entire time I was just sitting there like, General Ross is literally right there. Like, you could have done something with this, right? Like, at least have his mustache there, that'd be something. And then my final hang-up with the show, everything involving Wanda. Now, before I go any further, I just would like to say, the first half of the show where everything's kind of like, okay, what's really going on here? That was actually really good. But then, there's a certain reveal that happens that just turned me off of this show completely. To make a long story very short, at a certain point in the series, Wanda goes to Sword and says, hey, I'd like Vision's body, please. And they're like, no. And so, like a total hero, she just breaks into Sword anyway, takes his body, goes to Westview, New Jersey, and pretty much constructs this whole thing because she's grieving, I suppose. I tried to follow this. I tried to be like, she's grieving, people do stupid things when they're grieving. I get it, that's totally fine. But throughout the entirety of this, I was just sitting there like, you know, you're really being a real faithful wife there, because literally Vision's dying wish was to not be brought back in any form or fashion. He didn't want to be used as a weapon for anyone or anything. And to the sword agent guy's credit, at least he said that was Vision's last wish and we're keeping that. It's like, yes. Again, blind squirrel getting the nut. And again, one of my favorite scenes in the show is when Wanda pulls out the building plans for their eventual house in Westview, and there's a big heart that says, to grow old in V and W. That was actually touching. And then when she creates this reality where she pretty much keeps Vision prisoner, it just felt gross to me. I might be missing something there, but the entire time I was just sitting there like, if you love this guy so much, or you love this robot so much, then, I don't know, I would try and move on and be respectful to his wishes. In Infinity War, there's actually a mini storyline where Vision is confronting with the idea of maybe he can become human in some capacity, but somewhere down the line he just says, no, it's not going to happen for me. And he just makes peace with the fact that he is going to be like this forever and is going to try and help in any way that he can. And just, I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about the woman that loves this robot basically saying, you know what, forget his wishes, I'm bringing him back anyway. Again, I think I might be missing something here, so please leave your thoughts in the comments. Again, I'd love to hear what you all have to say about this. And in conclusion, like I said, I did enjoy WandaVision to a certain point. I was into it. And then the combination of things at like the halfway point of the show just turned me off of it. As of this recording, I am halfway through Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2, and I'm liking where it's going so far. I think Sebastian Stan is underrated, and I'm glad that they're giving him and Anthony Mackie something else to do. So I am on board with the show so far, but as far as WandaVision goes, I just think it's overrated. But again, Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love to hear what you all have to say about it. We might disagree, but hey, that's one of the beauties of this kind of thing. But that is all for me, you guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam. I'll see you in the next one.